guys? It's Poet Q here, back with another video, man. And today I'm doing another exclusive review. This is one of the ones where it's kind of like for me, um, it's a little bit out of the norm that I usually do. I usually do like R&B and hip hop. Today it's a little bit. It's somewhere. Some of it's kind of still in that realm. But another half of it isn't. More so acoustic guitars and just singing. So I want to kind of start off with what we're used to and then get into what we're not used to. And I just want to put a disclaimer there and say it would be remiss of me if like, or it would be stupid of me to tell you guys to expand your sounds and listen to different things and try to do new things and then not do it myself. So I always want to be somebody who practices what they preach, and so that's what we're doing today, man. And not only that, but so disclaimer, another disclaimer. I just want to say that everything that I say isn't, I'm saying, shouldn't be taken to heart. It's not facts or, I'm saying, set in stone or anything like that. I'm saying, it's just from the opinion of somebody who loves music and listens to music. So with that being said, man, let's kind of get into it. The first song that we have up is Sweet Nothings. Oh, I'm tripping. So the artist that I'm reviewing is Twisted Oaks. I'm doing their whole discography, so if you want to go check them out, definitely do that. The first song that I'm gonna go over is "Sweet Nothings" by Twisted Oaks. So I listened to it, and the first thing I kind of like immediately just picked up is it sounds kind of like auto-tune-ish, like just computery. So I would probably just suggest maybe humanizing the chorus just so it sounds a little bit better, in my opinion. And I feel like both the verses, not just yours, but also the person featured, the vocals seemed a little bit like low in comparison to the beat. So my thing is maybe heighten the volume on it just a little bit, or to the point where like enough to where you can hear it clearly, like not so much as like I don't have to like lean in forward or nothing like that. But I definitely think that it's a solid song. I think the chorus is super catchy. I think for a song like this, all right, so one thing I kind of want to incorporate is kind of giving a reference. That way, like, I'm not just saying this and then just leaving it like for your own discretion. Maybe trying to give a reference so you can see some like someone who's somewhere in that ballpark and how they're doing it. And if this is the sound that you're going for, I think that an artist who's also underground that would be really cool for you to maybe like just see and maybe try to get a feel for is artist named Cloud X. Is CLOVD space X. Super talented artist, and I feel like it's kind of in that realm. So I feel like it would definitely be a dope thing to see happen if it happens. The next single is "Would You," and so with this song, I did have like my own personal grievances with it, but it's not so much as the music that I have a grievance with; it's so much as the message. And for me, I'm never gonna be the one to like bite my tongue or tell anybody what to do with their own art. But for me, it's more so just like you have a platform, and it's like we should be mindful of some of the energy and things that we put out into the universe as far as some of the things that we say. And I'm not really fond of like the glorifying of like suicide, like, or romanticizing of it in any form. And that's not saying that's what's being done here, but some of the lyrics were, "What if I told you I found a bridge to jump off of," just in a sense of like hopelessness almost. And I just feel like it's a dangerous message to put out there. But as far as the song goes, I definitely feel like and it's kind of a repetitive theme as far as the songs that are styled like this, just as far as maybe polishing the mixing for auto tune, just in a sense of some of the auto tune, it sounds off, and it's kind of off putting for it. So if we can polish that up, I feel like it's not bad. But I definitely think that we should be weary of the messages that we put out for people. The same thing with PTSD, I feel like, with auto tune as well. But this is the first song that I think out of the first two, I feel like you have that catchy chorus, something to like to look forward to after the verses. I feel like PTSD was the first one where I was like, okay, well, this one, it doesn't seem as catchy, and I think that might have been my least favorite single out of the three. Um, and then we have Not Okay. So my thing with Not Okay is, and it's one of those things that I tell artists that they should be mindful of when they put music out, is your energy. It helps the music. Like, it could take a good song to a great song if you use your energy right. And I feel like when I listened to Not Okay, it was a lot of monotone throughout the entirety of it. I obviously outside of the times where there were auto tune, because that kind of changes how your tone is being perceived and just how the overall sound is. But I feel like on the regular verses and everything that it's real monotone, like not just you're just reading it because you weren't. It sounds like it was a little bit memorized, but I feel like when I'm listening to it, I'm not hearing the sound of an artist like that's like really trying to put their all into it or really make me feel what they're feeling. Like if you're not okay, show me how not okay you are. You know, like try to make sure that your tone is representative of really how you feel. So that was my thoughts on the singles that we had. And then we had a EP by the same artist called Cold Coffee and Have Cigarette. If I'm correct, let me see, click into here. Okay, yeah, Cold Coffee and Have Smoked Cigarettes. All right, cool. This is a so the funny part about this is the section of it that's really more so based off of acoustic acoustic guitar and just vocals. So for me, I love that kind of music, you know what I'm saying? And I know me and you had a back and forth conversation, so it was more so geared towards, if this isn't the kind of genre. But the more I listen to it, I realize that this is kind of not so much as to what I'm used to, but I've listened to enough to where it's like I feel comfortable at least expressing how I feel more so than trying to give a professional opinion. So let's go ahead and get into the first song with Back to Me. I think Back to Me was a solid intro. I think one of the only issues that I kind of had with it, and I'm not sure, this is me just this is just me theorizing. At second, like I'm gonna play it a little bit. At second, 221. Like, let me see if I can find it. All right, so around this point, there's just strictly instrumental going on, and then around 221, it just abruptly, like, the verse comes in and it seems like it comes back and then goes on. Let me see if I can hear it. Like right there, like that point right there in here, that 224 bracket, it sounds like the guitar, like you can hear it was about to repeat, but then it didn't, and then the verse came on. So I don't know if it was maybe like you cut it because the instrumental was long and you want to slide that verse back in there just to cut the song size down, or whatever the case may be. Even if it didn't, it just feels like it cut on a little bit abruptly. And if that is the case, then my suggestion would be is to make sure that if you are going to shorten the instrumental, that you make sure that you do it on a loop. That way it doesn't seem as if, like how this is, where it's just kind of coming on abruptly and something got sliced out of it. But I mean, outside of that, I think that it was a pretty solid track. The next song was Hold On. So here's my thing about Hold On, right? Hold On, I feel like personally has the most potential on here, for sure. My only grievance with the song is when you first go into the song, like your opening words, it seems as if it was like too high pitched, right? Like as if let me see if I can get it here real quick. All right. Remember me. Right. So for me, it's like after this part, then when you go into the rest of the chorus, it seems like it's kind of just flows out. I feel like one of the important things when you're singing is knowing your vocal range. Not saying that's not your range, but just more so a comfortable range, right? Like Drake, for instance. When Drake sings, he's not trying to be Mariah Carey. When he sings, he has a range that he understands that like it fits him, it's comfortable for him, and he doesn't try to go above or beyond or nothing of the sort. So I feel like more so just kind of finding that range for yourself. That way it doesn't screech or anything like that. But not just that, even if you feel like you want to go to that next level singing wise and you may not reach it, there's no shame in using auto-tune. I've heard auto-tune being used and stuff like this before, and it's not so much as like the computer version of like the real computerized auto-tune, but more so just like subtle, just to help just to assist the vocals. So maybe just suggesting adding that into the song. But outside of that, the last thing that I would suggest is like, and it doesn't have to be for the entirety of the song, but at some point there should be drums in here. This song has so much potential just in my mind, just as far as it goes. I just think that drums would definitely take this from that this is a good song to this is a great song, and it doesn't have to be in the entirety of it, but it should be one of those songs where it feels like it's a progression almost, where it's building up, and then the and then you know what I'm saying, you have the whole chorus and everything going for you, or just like an excellent bridge in there, or whatever the case may be. But I definitely think that, to me, this has the most potential out of the entirety of the project. And then we went into Cold Coffee and Half Smoked Cigarettes, the song, and I feel like it was another solid song. It wasn't anything super standout-ish to me. You Ran was probably that was my favorite track off of here, personally. I just feel like it kind of had all of the elements included into it itself. I really enjoyed that song. That's why I put a heart next to it. I feel like that's probably one of the more polished songs off of here. And then lastly, you have the song Fave. It's not a bad song, but I think that through the entirety of it, it's a bit repetitive. The more you listen to it, it's kind of just like, you know, you hear the chorus, hear the chorus, hear the chorus. So I think that if maybe you want to add like a bridge or just something in there to separate it a little bit more, I think that that could be a real cool song too. But for me, for the EP, I definitely would say that Hold On and You Ran are definitely the standouts for me. But that kind of concludes the exclusive review that I have. Oh, and one last thing that I wanted to say to you is that I feel like, from listening to like the whole discography that's put out so far, I feel like the EP really, this sound, I feel like, really fits you as an artist. Like, I feel like if you polished that sound a lot more, I think it would do a lot more for you versus the other sounds that you were going for. And that's not to say that it was bad, or that's not like your realm or anything like that, because I feel like any artist can do anything they set their mind to. I just think that it's one of those things where if you wanted to start out and really build an audience and then start experimenting, I feel like that would be the Cold Coffee and Half Smoked Cigarettes is definitely the sound that you want to go with, because I think vocally, I think that you're fine. You know what I'm saying? I think vocally and realistically, I think that the subject matter is fine too. You know, even though it's a little bit on the darker side, I feel like once you start getting, you know, accustomed to everything, subject matter will grow. But I definitely think that it's a real cool project, and I'm looking forward to hearing more work from you. And I'm thankful for, you know, given the opportunity to even do this. So I want to say thank you to the people who are already subbed to me. Thank you to the new people who even got the chance to, you know, to watch this, who've made it thus far. And if you haven't had a chance, I would definitely say subscribe to the channel. And I appreciate you guys, man, and peace out.
They told me don't aim too high. Seeing is believing, I'm a